So it's a lot of news going out right now about Deontay Wilder. I was telling people about this Black Prime situation, and this was another person I felt like could have easily went to this situation and made it a lot better because he's always made platforms the go-to spot, and where he's at always happens to have entertainment. So with Deontay Wilder, it seems like he's going to be fighting on Black Prime coming up soon. Don't know what opponent or whatever, but it looks like they're trying to get this happening in the springtime, sometime in April, possibly. We don't know anything not guaranteed right now or signed, but it looks like the option right now that BLK Prime is going to have Deontay Wilder as a fight. We don't know if the fight is going to be at a location close to where he's from, down south or whatever, but right now, I'm pretty sure they're going to have the fight in America. He doesn't really need much to promote a fight. He's going to have everything as far as the marketing. A lot of people are already acting like they don't care about the fight, but they're interested in what he's going to do next. Like I've said, I already know what the process is. People talk, but they do a different thing. And his interest is still high in the sport of boxing. We have a lot of heavyweights right now who have already announced big fights and everything else, and basically done what the fans have asked them to. For the first time, a lot of these guys really haven't started picking fights that the fans want them to pick until recently. So I would expect those guys to get a lot of pressure since they really haven't felt pressure from the fan base because a lot of people haven't noticed them. They haven't been notable over the years. But Deontay Wilder, he's going to be in a position where he just took Joseph Parker and Zilly Zhang as a tune-up, basically, because he already had took a long time off. He had been through wars with Tyson Fury and everything else. He was the first guy to do that, have a trilogy with him. So yeah, he's gonna have a chance to be able to bounce back, and if he needs to get his feet up under him, that's what he's gonna do. So a lot of people who was just saying that he should retire and everything else, they're gonna have things to say, but I've already learned that when it comes to other heavyweights, they're not gonna hold those guys accountable. So they shouldn't focus on this fighter as well, unless they're going to be supporting, like they support these other guys. But it's going to be a huge event. I feel like everything with Deontay Wilder when it comes to sport of boxing, he's the one that has American boxing back to where it is now. A lot of these guys wasn't making noise like that after the Floyd Mayweather situation. I know we had a lot of names out here and everything else, but it wasn't really any mega fights being made. It was a lot of building up and we'll see and everything else. So a lot of these guys you see now that's still putting on the big fights and they have the fans' attention the most, those are the guys who've been putting on and holding the sport of boxing down for the last decade. These other guys, you still got to figure out who they're going to fight and if they're even capable of getting in the ring with certain people or will they. And we still have other fighters that haven't fought guys like Tyson Fury or anything else. So we know what time it is. Even Zhang and Parker, they still haven't had guys fight them recently. So Wilder's ahead of the game still. He's still ahead of the curve. He's still taking tough fights. I remember people say he had a weak resume, but now he has Zhang, Parker, and Fury on there. And this is his last, and the other guy. I forgot his name. But those are like his last 4 fights. So those are not, that's not an easy road to take, to be honest with you. We see a lot of guys recently take one loss and they don't even take a hard fight after that. Jared Anderson, he's taking a somewhat easier opponent than what these guys have faced time after time. So it just shows that, one person has a warrior mentality. And not to compare anything, I'm just letting you know, one guy has a warrior mentality and he doesn't need to be directed towards anyway. You got to be a certain type of fighter to be on BLK Prime anyways. You got to be somebody who already fights tough opponents before you show up. A lot of these guys out here, they don't fight tough opponents until it's time for a payday. And I think guys like Haney and Wilder going to BLK Prime, they already fight tough opponents, so they don't need any help as far as that situation.